The only way to become resilient in the face of a hurricane is to become like one yourself. Resilience and hurricanes develop by a drawing in of energy. Let's draw in energy around the actual drawing of a hurricane. If you've never tried this way of drawing before, I think you'll find it really works. The process unfolds in 5 steps. Say these either out loud or to yourself. See it, say it, air draw it, really draw it, know it, and then teach it. For the hurricane drawing, start by pointing to the hurricane image you see here and then say, I'm going to draw this hurricane. Then point to the image and find the center of the hurricane. Start moving your index finger in a circle in a counterclockwise direction to simulate the way the hurricane spins in space. Now look at the spiraling wind bands. You'll be able to find the shape of the number 9 at the bottom spiral. Beginning at the tail of the number 9, air draw the 9 up and into the center of the hurricane, continuing that counterclockwise motion as you enter the center. Now look at the top of the image and you'll see the wind bands have the shape of the number 6. Starting at the tail end of the 6, air draw the number down and into the center of the hurricane, again finishing up with a counterclockwise motion. If you've really been concentrating, you should be able to see behind your closed eye a hurricane in your mind's eye. Now you're ready to draw a hurricane on the very first page of your Kids Teaching Flood Resilience Sketchbook. Here's a quick review just to remind you of the steps. Ready to draw a hurricane? First thing I want you to do is to imagine that the pencil laying on the paper right now is a baby bird, and that you ever so gently come above the baby bird and pick it up just like this, so it's barely in your hand, with no more pressure than is required to keep the pencil or the baby bird from dropping to the ground. The other thing I want you to imagine is that the tip of the pencil, the beak of the bird, is made out of graphite, and that we're going to take the baby bird and the pencil and we're going to begin to move it in a counterclockwise direction above your paper, just like you did in your air drawing, until you feel really good about where you're going to be putting your hurricane on the paper, and then make the commitment to simply start drawing the center. Use the side of your pencil around and around and around and around until you feel like you've got a beautiful center to your hurricane. Then if you remember, the wind bands at the bottom take the shape of the figure 9, from the tail to the center, from the tail to the center, from the tail to the center, and from the tail to the center. And then finally, the upper wind bands that you see from outer space, the satellite, takes the form of a figure 6, from the tail to the center, tail to the center, tail to the center. And then you can just come back and reinforce those tracings as much as you want until you have a hurricane that you like. So here's where it gets really fun. Let's say you've gotten really good at drawing your hurricanes, and you really, really like it so much that you're willing to commit to putting it, say, on the very first page of your sketchbook, and then you come back and you put a face in the middle of it, and you imagine that hurricane is you, and so you write down the words hurricane me, and then you think, well, wait, this is my sketchbook. So, and I am going to be the one doing the kids teaching flood resilience in my family. So let's give this book a title. So you'll see I've taken my pencil and I've kind of put in the letters where I want them. But well, now that I have them like I want them, I'm going to go ahead and commit. And let's do them in marker. So KTFR and me. Of course, you can do this lettering any way you want to. And then by Hurricane Me.